Galatians 1:1 says, Paul, an apostle. Then look at the bracket. That will tell you there is a serious problem here. Why this thing is in bracket is that Paul is trying to make a statement. Paul, an apostle, in bracket, not of men, neither by man, but by Jesus Christ, and God the Father, who raised him from the dead. You know what he's trying to say here? I did not get my apostleship from you people. I didn't get my destiny from you. I didn't get my destiny from anybody. God gave me my destiny. Why am I on trial for doing what God has called me to do? Why am I being scrutinized by fellow brethren for answering the call of God? As you are seated, you have a destiny, and you are not answerable to any man. God has given you your destiny. I said, God has given you your destiny. God has given you your destiny. Stop looking for people's approval. Stop looking for people's approval. If you are still living in one room, you are not apologetic about it. If people want to come and see you, tell them come and see me. If they don't like your chair, that's their business. Am I speaking to somebody? This issue that when people want to see you, you tell them you are not available. Because you don't want them to see one bed, you are living a fake life. While we were in Nigeria last weekend, I went to see a friend of mine in her shop. She's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. She owns a church in one of the posh areas in Lagos called Alade Market. And her church is, rather her shop. And the shop is right the first as you enter the gate. We were colleagues in the secondary school. And so I went to see her because I needed her to buy a few things for me. I had few hours and I needed some things quick in the market. And so when we got there, we started talking. Every time we meet ourselves, we remind ourselves of days of secondary school. So I was asking her, how is so and so? And we were saying, oh, this one lives in America. This one is this one is that. And we remembered one of our colleagues. Because the lady was reminding me, she said, Nkema Achusi, the way when we were in school, when we came to class 1E, we were all put in class 1E. And she told me there is something I will never forget about you in life. We all gathered the first time in school. And our teacher came up. We wanted to choose a class prefect. And the teacher spoke English. We did not understand. You were the only one that understood. And the teacher was saying, can somebody respond? And nobody responded. Who did we see? One tiny thing like that in Kemachi. And you lifted your hand. And you came out at the place. And you just mesmerized the whole class. I don't even remember whether the English was present tense or past tense. But for them, I was really blowing grammar. And so, from that day, I had many friends, you know, students. That girl can speak English. So, hey. So I had friends. Now, there was one of the friends. This girl would come to class to terrorize us. And she would tell us, my mother teaches in DMJS. DMJS is one of the most reputable secondary schools in the whole Eastern Nigeria. It's this kind of school, I think here is Alliance or so. When you go there, when people know you, they salute you. So she was telling us, my mom is the English teacher there. And she marks literature and teacher. So we started fearing him because my mom had a shop where she was selling things. And the other woman, the one that I met a few days ago, her mom was cooking jollof rice. We were buying jollof rice. So look at our profile. My mom had a shop. Inherited from her father. Her father was a millionaire of their days. So when he died, things were distributed and my mom inherited a shop which is still there up to today. Now, my friend that I met last week, she was expert in cooking jollof rice. The mom was supplying jollof rice. Then there is other mom, Evelyn Oti. The mom was selling second hand. Just look at our profile. Ngozi Onyejekwe told us that the mom was teaching literature in Dennis Memorial Grammar School. on the DMJs. We started fearing her. Then she was telling us in their house, they had 5 rooms. She has a room where she sneaks out in the night to go for party. So she'll be telling us, when I'm coming back, our security man will help me up. We will ask ourselves, you mean people live in one room? Children, you know, the children of these days think it is normal to have a room. Are you understanding? I didn't grow where I had a... So we look at each other and say, Ngozi Onyejekwe have one room to herself, where she normally sneaks out. So every time we saw her in class, we'd be respecting her. Everything she said was a law. If she does anything, we say, before the father will arrest us or the mother, we will accept. Then one day, say one day. Say one day. Ngozi Onyejekwe did not come to school. She was sick. As a group of friends, we decided to go to the house. Should I continue with this story? We decided to go to the house to visit the 5 bedrooms. Very inquisitive. So we left because she used to tell us how they used to eat salad. That time I've never tasted salad. I only knew local vegetables like sukuma wiki. I didn't even know somebody could spend money just to get vegetables. Because for us, that money should be enough for Titus fish, fridge, frozen fish. You put it to go and get herbs and call it meal. That was another level. So we were so happy that day, when we visit Ngozi, salad, we come out, things we had never eaten. Ladies and gentlemen, getting to the street of Ngozi Onyejekwe, we were asking for the one that teaches, the mother teaches at DMJs. They were asking us, which one? We said the one, the mother teaches at DMJs. They say no. The Onyejekwes, they are not even called Onyejekwe. They are called Onye something. That means even the surname she supplied was not real. They said, here we have something like Onye Lukwe, something like that. And they told us the one we have here. The mother sells the burger in this market. The father is the watch night. In that Mabati, we say no. That's our no. Let's go and look for Ngozi Onyejekwe. We went round, ladies and gentlemen, until eventually we say, okay, you know what? Let us see this watch night. Because the mother was not around. She has gone to sell Mboga. Let us ask the watch night, do you have a child called Ngozi that goes to school at Ado Girls Secondary School? That's how we entered. Saw one miserably looking, hunger-stricken, pain-looking, rejected man, miserable and poor, that came out from one room that they are hanging clothes at the door. One Mabati that was at the door of the house where they were, he was the watchman. So he came. Say, who are you looking for? We say, sir, we are looking for Ngozi Onyejekwe. Oh, my daughter. No, Ngozi Onyejekwe. Say, no, Ngozi Onyejekwe. No, Ngozi something. We say, whichever one. She goes to Ado Girls. She said, she's inside. She's not well. We said, which place? She said, inside this room. Trust. We said, can we come in? He said, no, there's nowhere to sit down. You have to wait for her. When Ngozi Onyejekwe, according to her, came and saw us, we did not even greet her. We say, we came to see you. Bye-bye. See you in school tomorrow. We were telling this story last week in Nigeria. We were laughing and I was almost crawling on the floor. You know what we concluded? We said, unless Ngozi Onyejekwe has gotten saved, Ngozi can qualify as a criminal. Because we told ourselves, if at that time when we didn't know how to do these things, Ngozi knew. What will she be doing now that the world has opened up? But you know what Ngozi was doing as far back as late 70s? Ngozi was trying to impress us and living a fake life. Why not bring me into the one room where you live? Give me the water in the dirty glass. Tell me that it's only arrowroot. Can I eat? If I don't want, that is none of your business. That's who I am. That's who I am. That's who I am. Live your life to impact. Don't live your life to impress. Number 2, traditions of men can finish you in life. Traditions of men. Paul now began in Galatians to deal with issue of tradition, circumcision and uncircumcision. Dealing with brethren on issue of tribalism and rules and regulations and the do's and the don'ts in the church, the Gentiles and the Jews. And he began to say, leave these people alone. They are saved. God has delivered them. If they come with their own tradition, by the word of God, they will change. Stop putting a lot of yokes on people. There are some of us today, what is troubling your life is the custom of your people. You can't separate yourself from it. You keep saying our culture, our custom. Yes, cultures are good, and I don't fight them. They are good. But don't forget that cultures are products of fallen nature of man. So it is prone to corruption. The reason why some churches are suffering today is that we as leaders are not able to separate our tradition, our culture from the word of God. You come into the church, you want to impose on people your culture. And that's why I'm telling you as a minister, as I stand here, don't relate to me based on culture. Relate to me based on the word of God. Be free to hug me when I am available to be hugged. Be free to shake my hand. Be free to demonstrate your drama like this. Whichever one you want to do, it doesn't move me. Why? You are coming from different backgrounds. I am coming from a different background. It has taken me years to be who I am. It has taken you years to be who you are. For us to meet at a center, we need to uphold the irrevocable word of God. But when you bring your tradition into church, and you are telling me this is the way Luyas do it, and another one said, but we are not Luyas, we are Kikuyus. In our Kikuyu culture, this is the way. Then the Luo, he said, hey, in our Luo culture, it is like this. Then the Kamba arrives. Confusion will be in the church. Then I come with Nigeria's superiority complex. Every Nigerian has a supracultural mentality. Our mentality is that we are the best in town. That's why whenever we are traveling, we carry our food, because the food of the people cannot satisfy us. If you had seen me come yesterday, yam was inside last week. Ogili. Ogili is the spice of my people. When you open it, everybody will disappear. It's a spice, but I carried it. Why? I love my food. But when I now bring it here and begin to make onubu soup, bitter leaf soup for you, with ogili, and I begin to ask you, why are you not able to eat my food? This is the best. I cannot eat ugali with a potato. And let me tell you, this is true. This is true. We were in Mombasa and they served us some things. They are laughing. I got to the place. I was asking the man, this is arrowroot. Where is the stew? He told me, you take tea. I said, take tea. Chewing arrowroot without stew, without sauce. The man said, this is breakfast. I said, whether breakfast or lunch or supper, when you serve me arrowroot as a Nigerian, I need stew, properly made stew. By the side, the man said, not here. What we eat here, this arrowroot, you chew it and drink tea. I looked. I remembered. Kumbe, I'm in Kenya. I'm not in Nigeria. I'm not in my house. When I go back home, I put my stew on my table. So I took the arrowroot without stew. So they were telling me, put Mama Langa said, put baked beans. I was looking at that. I said, baked beans. Baked beans cannot substitute tomato and pili and onions. The one I know. I had to put tomatoes there. I agreed to tomato. I got to my table like a sheep taken to the slaughterhouse. I just sat down and I managed to eat that thing. and I was satisfied. Have I changed from being Pastor Esther? If I had even taken that arrowroot and drank tea, will it change my color? Will it reduce me? Will it reduce the grace of God upon my life? Come on, church. There is a supracultural way of doing things, and that is the word of God. When you get to the people, you go down to their level. You don't impose things on people. Some of the things we are doing, we are